Guten Tag, everybody. It is Alex from Heavy New York calling from Zoom again, and this time we are here with the one and only Udo Dirkschneider. Thank you so much for being here today, man. It's great to have you here.
Thank you very much for having me, and hello, everybody.
Yeah. It's so awesome to have you here, man. Your new album, Touchdown, is such a fun album to listen to. It's like so addicting in that particular way. Was there like a vision you had in mind for Touchdown in a way? Was it almost kind of like a continuation of Game Over? Because I feel like scoring a touchdown and Game Over, it's almost like two different types of endings, you know?
Definitely a different thing. Game Over was a different thing. That was completely we did it completely during the pandemic stuff. That was like Game Over. A lot of people thought, okay, that's it. Udo doesn't do anything anymore. No, Game Over there was so many things like Game Over. You couldn't see your family and this and this, and that was a horrible time. And yeah, I mean, I think it's a don't want to say a big difference, but there is definitely a difference between Game Over and Touchdown.
Mm.
I mean, Touchdown is more an album. Also was working on still in the pandemic stuff, but there was so many things happened, like the pandemic. Then we had the flood with my son. The house was in a way gone. Also, our brand new studio down in the cellar, but just 5 months old. Then the war between Russia and Ukraine. We had this problem to get our guitar player out of the Ukraine. I mean, that was, we stopped everything, said, okay, this is more important. So, but finally he made it. Now he's living in Germany. And there was so many things happened, with this album. Um, I don't want to say it makes us aggressive, but he said, okay, yes, and now, and also I think with Touchdown there are two things coming together. The the basic of U.D.O, but also a lot of modern stuff on there, arranging, and that was like, also working with young people. They're coming from a different generation, and then they came up with some ideas, I was like, okay. But I mean, I'm really open-minded to everything. First, I try everything, and then we would see it works or it doesn't work. And and I mean, also we are very lucky. We don't have any ego in a band. It's like we are working as a team, and also like now Peter Walters is back. I mean, he was not involved in songwriting, but he was playing the bass on this album. And also, of course, Peter has also his own style of playing the bass. And I think also his playing on this album was also giving the whole album another push. So I mean, what can I say? I mean, I'm really, really happy with the new album.
Yeah, we're all very, very happy with it as it's so catchy. And you answered like a lot of questions just now
Okay.
perfectly. You answered a lot of them because I mean, the fact that you have an album titled No Limits, I feel like that perfectly demonstrates that like there are no limits in your songwriting. Because when you look at Animal House and you compare that to Touchdown, or you compare like Mean Machine or Solid or Dominator, it seems like every album tends to have its own unique things that make it stand out.
Yeah, I mean, that is like also a point. I never would sit down when we had to work on new album and say, nah, this album has to be maybe like Animal House or Faceless World, Time Bomb or whatever. No, it's already done. Start new thing, and then we would see. You're always also in a different mood when you start working on a new album. Okay, now we touched on with all this shit going on, And I don't know. We will see how the next album is. I don't know yet, but that's far away.
But you,
And
what I want to know is because you have such a never end. It seems like you have an infinite amount of creativity. I mean, with except you were able to put out the self-titled "I'm a Rebel," Breaker, and Restless and Wild, followed by Balls to the Wall in just a 5 years time period, and then with Animal House, Mean Machine, Faceless World, and Time Bomb all coming out in such a short period of time. It seems like you're on. How do you maintain your creativity? Do you like just look for inspiration 24/7 or?
yeah, I don't know. I mean, there is always like, I mean, nearly every 2 years we're coming up with a new album, you know. It's like, okay, when we are finished with touring, we start working on the new album, you know. So I mean, nobody wants to sit home. Of course, we have a break, blah blah blah, after touring stuff like that. But then already on tour, you know, the guitar players already start working on something, and now they are working already with Peter together, you know, on songs. They're really, it keeps going, you know, and and then I mean, I don't know, maybe the next album is coming out in 2021 or five, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it depends how long we are touring, and then you know we will see. But normally, when every 2.5 years, a new album is coming out. Why not? I mean, other people it takes 7 years to put a new album out. No.
Yeah, I remember people were complaining when Tool was taking so long to put out their new album. I heard somebody say, "Come on, Udo put out like, you know, like 17 albums between the last one and this one. You can do it." So,
Yeah, I mean, this is also. I mean, this is already the 19th studio album of U.D.O. Unbelievable. Yeah, but it's good. Why not?
keep it coming, keep it coming. And
Yeah.
nope. And being such a prolific artist between Udo as well as your history with Accept and playing with so many other bands, does the creative mindset or the creative energy sort of change depending on what project you're with, or is there a method behind the madness that just applies to everything?
It's not a minute. I like to work, you know. I mean, I'm not a guy who's sitting at home and say, "Oh, okay, take my time." No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's always something to do, you know. And I really like to work also in the studio. But the favorite thing is definitely to go on tour, you know. That's always like to see the people, you know, how to get the reaction back, how everything work together with the live with the audience. That's the most important part. And I like what I'm doing, you know. And I mean, yeah, I'm thinking the way a hard-working man. Let's say it this.
Yeah. Does it get a little bit difficult to put a set list together when playing live too? Having
Oh, that's a that's a nightmare. Yeah, but I mean, this is like, of course, you also want to play stuff from a new album, and I think from Touchdown we will put maybe 3 or 4 songs in the set list. You know, we will see which one, but then we try always to make an interesting set list, you know. I mean, of course, with U.D.O, we have so many songs we have to play, you know. I mean, there's already classic stuff. And then we try to, definitely with the next set list, that we will try to put songs in where we never played or didn't play it for a very long time, you know.
Yeah.
So, but in the end, you cannot satisfy everybody, you know, that's the thing. But we do our best.
I know you're always gonna have that one like fan who wants like a deep cut from like a demo that was like never released ever. You can't please everybody with your set list.
Yeah, that's definitely the point. It's not possible.
Yep. With your lyrical aspect, because it's one thing to be a fantastic singer, but I feel like you've been able to express many different sides of yourself lyrically as well, because you have, I would say, very, you have lyrics that I think are very uplifting, but you also have lyrics that are very true, that resonate with people. I feel like you have songs that describe every bit of situation, but whether it be fantasy or reality. Has a lyrical idea maybe helped influence what an album will sound like, or do you need music before you have
Okay,
lyrics?
in general, it's always what has happened around us, you know. I mean, you just put the news on and you have enough ideas for lyrics, you know. And also on tour, you have some situations what you see. So what's going on in the world, you know. But with this album, also it was like influenced by pandemic, the flood of the house of my son, fight for your right is definitely a song about yeah, what happened for Andre in Ukraine, you know, between Russia and Ukraine. So I mean, Forever Free, for example, is a song. Don't listen to other people. Do what you want, you know, and don't be directed by I don't know who, political things or whatever. Be yourself and be who you are, you know, and that's the thing. Double Dealers Club, for example, is about if let's say you make some money, blah blah blah, and then some investors coming up and say, "Oh, I have an interesting project for you. You can put all your money in there, blah blah, blah, and make more money out of it." And then after a while, they come up and say, "Ah, sorry, it doesn't work." But the money is gone, but they had a really good life. That's a double eater club. Drinking champagne on, and the bill is going on me or on people they what they're giving the money away. Heroes of Freedom, the DJ, yeah. I mean, it's like learn from the past. And there was also people they try to put away the evil thing. And that's also a thing in a way what happened at the moment between Russia and Ukraine. I mean, there are so many things that really what is like talking about what's going on, in the world. I mean, political things, social things. So that's the thing what we always did. I think with we never was into dragons, middle age, or I don't know all that stuff.
Well,
I mean, we was always like making lyrics. What has happened around us?
Well, I always thought that "Holy" was an album that was like with a track like "Thunder in the Tower" or even "Ride the Storm" or "Raiders of Beyond." I don't know why, but that always gave me sort of like a fantasy sort of feeling in a way.
Yeah, of course. Sometimes you have also some fantasy stuff. I mean, example, a very famous song of Setlists, like Princess of the Dawn, is a Cinderella story. So, I mean, sometimes, of course, you have some fantasy stuff going on. But most of the time, we are right about lyrics, about the reality, what's going on in the world.
Has there ever been a time where your personal life was also a means of inspiration, or do you like to use music as an escapism from your daily life and not really bring too much of your personal self into it?
Daily life, yeah. I mean, that was also in some, I don't forget the title. I think that was on Steel Factory. I think there was a song. Yeah, there was something personal, with girlfriends and blah blah blah, also stuff like that. Sometimes, yeah, I can put stuff like personal stuff in there, but then it's most of the time really like, yeah, there's some problems in private life, but not always. Sometimes I do this, but not like, okay, oh yeah, I have this problem. Okay, I have to write about it. No, no, no.
Yeah, because and when you're using the world around you as a means of inspiration, because the world is a very crazy place to say the least. And you said you turn on the news and find between the war in Ukraine and the pandemic and stuff, and with such a long career, I mean, you've witnessed everything from the late '70s to
Yeah.
now. So like, does that maybe make the songwriting process almost exhausting when you're using the darkness of the world as like the fuel to your fire?
Yeah, I mean, always we try to put also, we try to give some positive vibes also in there, think about it. And it really, we need all this bullshit what's going on at the moment. At the moment, we are living in a really crazy world. I mean, this is like unbelievable. So, I mean, I don't know. We will see what I'm doing next time. We will see what's happened. I'm doing maybe the next 1.5 years. I mean, yeah, I mean, in a way, it's easy. And also, another thing for me is now I do all the lyrics together with my son since 2 albums. And also, we're working together also on vocal melodies now. And this is very interesting. I mean, he has also some ideas. I mean, they're thinking, there's a different generation. They're thinking also different about some things, what has happened in the world. And also, he's from a different generation, and he also come up sometimes with ideas for vocals, where I said, yeah, okay, I can try that. Where he said, oh, Daddy, maybe you can sing it like this and this. And it's a different working. And for me, it's good. I'm always open-minded. I never say, okay, no, I don't want to do that. Blah, 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 blah. I always did it like this and blah, blah. And also another thing in a band, we have no ego. We are really working like a team. It's also with the producer. He's not a producer and say, okay, you have to do like this and this and this and this. No, he's also involved. And when we are thinking we are finished with the songs, then he comes up and said, maybe we can arrange it, well, we can change it here, we can change this. And also, I'm still working with Stefan Kaufmann, you know. I mean, he's not a producer anymore, not a guitar player anymore in U.D.O, but he's still doing my vocals. I do the vocals with Stefan Kaufmann, he's recording my vocals since 81. Unbelievable.
Wow,
And
before I was born.
yes, so, and also he's working with my son, you know, drum wise, he's recording the drums. So, and then in the end, when everything is done, he's doing the mastering, you know. So, but there is let's say I call the whole thing, it's like a family for me, you know. It's that nobody is really like, well, you can do like this and that. No, that is really working together, you know. That's very good.
Yep, and Sven is a fantastic drummer. Like I'm just astonished by what he's been able to
Yeah,
do.
he's getting better and better. I mean, no, he's 8 years in the band, and yeah, chapeau. It's really good.
You did a good job. Did a good job.
Oh yeah, I'm in a way also I'm really proud of him. You know, he's doing so many things. It's good to have him.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I know everybody in the press is probably asking you this right now, and I have to. We'll get it out of the way, but and you're probably not surprised. 40 years of Balls to the Wall is this year, and to this day, it's a time like just to put things into perspective. I have not gone into a single heavy metal bar, whether it be the Rainbow in Los Angeles or Duff's here in Brooklyn, without hearing Balls to the Wall at least once. That like it's so I'm just wondering like what the sort of because to go from Restless and Wild to Balls to the Wall and then immediately follow that up with Metal Heart is truly astonishing. Just what was your going through your creative mindset at that time? This came out 10 years before I was born, so I didn't get to experience it that much.
Oh yeah, Restless and Wild was also a very interesting song. I think we did the first beat song, Fast as a Shark. Everybody was like, "What is this?" You know. So and yeah, I don't know. That was also a really creative album. And then definitely Balls. Nobody was thinking that the song Balls to the Wall was exploding like I don't know, you know. We had a success over in the United States when the album came out. There was 120 radio stations playing this song overnight, you know. It was like, what? Okay. Yeah, I mean, and Metal Heart. Yeah, Metal Heart was a little bit different, you know. That was we did this together with Dieter Dirk. I mean, nothing against Dieter Dirk, but I think that he was trying to be too much commercial, getting more commercial with the band, you know. It's a good album, really good songs on this album, but that was not so, in a way, what we were really thinking. Yeah, but anyway, I mean, all these albums are classic stuff, you know, and yeah, we would see. I mean, I come over to America we did the first show. We do the first show on the 3rd of November, and then we stay until the middle of December doing United States and Canada. And I think to do, okay, in 2018 we came as Dirkschneider, but only accept songs. But now, I mean, we're coming as U.D.O, but I think to do a show in America without Ball to the Wall, yeah, that can be wrong.
I'm not going to encourage anything. I mean, you do you. It's your choice. But I do recommend even if you just have to play like the one chorus. I mean, look, I heard the band Europe. They had to open and end with the final countdown. So I don't think you're confined to that curse, at least.
Yeah, I know that's also the biggest hit, you know. I mean, it's worldwide. I mean, also unbelievable. But we will see. I don't know. Maybe we do also something different. That at the moment we are still working on festivals. We have to do some more festivals until the end of October, and in between we start already rehearsing for the touchdown tour, you know, and then we will see. Maybe we do some small surprises. I don't know yet.
Yeah, of course, we always like surprises.
Yeah.
But when it comes to your material too, especially Balls to the Wall being 40 years old, I mean, and because even Predator was, I think, a fantastic album to sort of end that era of your career off of, and then to continue giving us UDO records. But do you feel the same way about an album? Do you always feel the same way about an album? Do you kind of like listen to Balls to the Wall and it puts you back to where you were in 1983, or does your feeling towards an album change over time?
I will be honest. I mean, I'm not okay when we are on stage, and let's say, for example, if we do Dirkschneider shows, then a lot of things are coming up, from the past, and then it's good to see that still all this old accept stuff when we do the hit parade. I mean, when we do Dirkschneider, there's a hit parade, and this is really, you look down there and say, what? This is really still working. Um, yeah, I mean, then a lot of things are coming back, especially now together with Peter Baltus, in the band. I mean, this is like, I'm looking on the right side and said, oh, this is really Peter now on stage with me. It's, I mean, in a way, 50% of it is now on stage. So, it's also, we're talking about a lot of stuff, about the good things about the past, Also, you have bad things, but we always try to leave that away. So, yeah, I mean, of course, we have always good rememberings about old stuff.
Yeah, of course. It's always, I feel like whenever people listen to that material, it only brings them back to good memories, because I
Yeah,
can't, even with the fucked up aspects of life being a source of inspiration, the result is always positive, which I think is really hard to do.
yeah. I mean, also you're learning from mistakes.
Yeah.
That's also true. Oh, that was completely wrong. But I mean, that's a good thing about in music business. So yeah, I mean, I still like what I'm doing. I still have fun. That's the most important thing, that I still have fun to do this. If I don't get the feeling I don't have any fun, I don't have any fun anymore, then I think then I stop. But at the moment,
Yeah.
definitely not.
I could tell that you put so much fun and energy. You'll be with us. You'll be with us in rock and roll for a long time. We need more.
Oh yeah.
Listen, I played the hell out of Touchdown already, and I'm all ready for another UDO album. So
Yeah, I'm also really, it's sometimes crazy, to say this, but I'm really looking forward to the next album already. So also when Peter now is involved in songwriting, that will be also another story. So we will see.
oh wow, I'm gonna have a lot of anticipation on that. So, but before we go, I want to thank you so much for your time today, and thank you for your music, for always giving us great music for the time. Is there just anything else that you would like to promote for UDO with the release of Touchdown in terms of upcoming tours, or what else would you be
Yeah.
expecting, if you're allowed to
What
say
can I
this?
say?
Mm.
I hope the people like the new album. I hope a lot of people coming to the shows in the United States. And yeah, enjoy. And we will see us on tour.
We're looking forward to seeing you. Thank you so much, everybody. We are here with Udo Dirkschneider. Touchdown. It is out now. Be sure to pick that up. This is Alex from Heavy New York, and we will see you next time.
Okay. Thank you.